Welcome to the Royal Sports Report. I'm Matt Eng.
And I'm Teresa Drexler. It was a busy week for BU athletics. We start tonight with the men's basketball home opener.
The men's basketball team took the court against the Crown College Storm this Saturday to kick off the season. The home court advantage took full force as our Royals took the first half by storm. Sophomore Zach Doley grabbed the first few points of the game off a shooting foul. The first live point came from the Royals' junior number 22, Solomon Whalen, with a jump shot. From then on, the Royals started lighting it up from the three-point line. Jake Wald got one. Dom Aguilar, who had an amazing night, made the game 9-6. And in the very next play, another one rattling around the rim and in from Dom. Look at this one. Freshman Miles Coleman with the foul, putting Michael Ladd at the line. He makes both shots, putting the game 20-15. This puts Coleman at 3 fouls in the first half. Wald gets it at the top of the key, gets a screen from Doley, who gets a screen from junior Tommy Jensen. Jensen pops it out up top, and look at him. Wide open for the 3, and he hits it. The next play, Wald gets a screen from Doley, and Shetter gets the ball. It goes up, and boom! Getting the last point of the half is Bethel, with Zach Doley once again with a beautiful layup, breaking through the 2 defenders. Crown gets a breakaway layup off and in before the end of the first half, 32-19.
Moving into the second half, the Royals started to take it to the paint. Shetter took the first point of the half and proceeded to get the and one on the following play. Now here we have a nice steal from Doley as he takes it down court for a nice, easy layup. Doley had an amazing start to the season, scoring here back to back to back. He would go on to end the night with 15 points. Having only 20 minutes of playtime in the 2021 season, the now sophomore shows that he is going to be a force to be reckoned with for the next 3 years. Jensen takes the shot in the next play, getting another 3 on the night. Now take a look at this. Doley at the line, misses the free throw. Jacobson grabs the rebound, looks around, and sees Jensen wide open, and he hits the 3, his 3rd for the night. Back into the paint, Jaron Shetter gets jumped on and still manages to put it up for 2. And then, the next play, step back, and bank shot from the key. Solomon Whalen grabs himself a 3 as we near the end. Aguilar drives in and hits Jacobson under the basket for an easy 2. Freshman Ryan Boyson grabs the final 2 points of the night for Bethel with a reverse layup. After a trip down and back, the Storm snagged 4 points, and we close the game out with a final score of 76-59, making the Royals 1-0 to start the season.
Being such a young team, do you feel added pressure playing against teams who've been playing longer than you?
While there is a little bit of pressure facing more experienced teams, we have strong leadership from our team captains, Tommy, Jaron, Isaiah, and I feel they're able to lead us to competitive matches against these type of teams.
As a sophomore, do you have to have leadership for the freshmen as well?
I feel while I do have to have some leadership, they're also college basketball players that have been playing basketball for most of their lives, and I just have to help integrate them into the college basketball system.
An end of the night score of 76 points, brought by Zach Doley with 15 points, Jaron Shetter with 15, Tommy Jensen bringing 13, and Dom Aguilar with 12 for your night's top scorers. The team was 50% from outside the arc, scoring a massive 33 points. Defensively, Doley had 8 rebounds, which was a quarter of the team's 32 total. 6 blocks and 8 steals matches the 14 assists the Royals had for the night. Women's basketball met up with UW-Platteville in their first game of the Loras Tip-Off Classic. Fifth-year senior McKenna Pearson led the team with 11. Freshman Courtney Newest contributed 12 points off the bench, and senior Megan Bogle dropped 10. The women fought hard through the fourth quarter, but their comeback attempt fell short with a final score of 57-61. The women also dropped their second game in the tournament against UW Stout, 79-96. Courtney Newis led the team with 17 points. Following close behind was McKenna Pearson, who scored 16, and Megan Bogle finished with 13 and 7 rebounds. The Bethel women's basketball team ended the weekend with a record of 1-2. On Saturday, the football team lined up against St. John's at Royal Stadium for the MIAC Championship. The Royals started off strong with 2 touchdowns in the first quarter and a third in the second, as well as 1 more touchdown in the fourth. St. John's University managed to catch up with a 2-point conversion in the first half and 2 more touchdowns in the second half. Bethel was leading 28-22 with only a few seconds left. The game looked all but over until St. John's scored 1 more time in the final second of the game. BU fell 29-28. Royals head coach Steve Johnson was shocked by what happened, but responded proactively, wishing to continue his team's strong mentality.
They stayed in it, and so with 1 second left, they scored, beat us, and it's like the greatest day ever turned into.
Johnson and his team will move on to the playoffs hoping for redemption, a fact unknown to the team at the time.
To do is get ready, and we need to be us. We need to be who we are, and we want to be fast. We want to go get the quarterback. We want to run the ball. We want to be balanced, but we need to play Bethel football.
The Royals will play Central this week in the first round of the NCAA Division III playoffs.
We didn't know we were going to be in the playoffs. They're kind of solidified in pretty well, partly because of each other's schedule, and we're just gonna get ready to be us.
Well, in the world of volleyball, it's not looking like it'll be St. Olaf's season after facing against the Royals. Bethel University's volleyball team has been absolutely dominating in the MIAC overall this season. The Royals' win percentage is the highest it has been since 1984. Some stunning performances from the Royals during this game. Kirsten Cotter scored 26 kills with an overall 81 points by the Royals. You just can't beat the synergy that this team has. They've got a great balance of defensive players who can turn up the aggression and get consistent kills. This was a close game, as St. Thomas scored 77 points overall. However, with a team as consistent as Bethel's, they've made it incredibly difficult for the Olies to come back in the 5th set. The match was certainly not without excitement. The Royals won the first 2 sets while the Olies took the 3rd and 4th by a slim margin. Kirsten Cotter had a stellar performance, and Emily Rossing really showed up, scoring 10 kills. Wilhite was incredible with 52 assists, and Allie Falk dug deep with 14 digs. That means they were really pushing the ball to St. Olaf and got shots off when the Olies weren't expecting it. The Royals finished 3-5, taking home the victory.
Moving to the ice. On Saturday, the Bethel men's hockey team made their way to Stevens Point, Wisconsin to take on the 2019 national champs, the Pointers. The Royals held a strong defense through the first 7 minutes of the first period, but the Pointers took their first goal at the 7:55 mark. Stevens Point would go on to score 3 more times, all in the second period. Bethel finally got their first goal in the second at the 15:57 mark. Sam Wilhite got the score, with Carter Wagner gaining the assist. The third period remained scoreless, with the Pointers taking the only power play shot. The Royals garnered 7 minor penalties throughout the match, and Stevens Point had 5 of their own. The game ended with a score of 1-4, with Bethel taking the loss. This puts Bethel at 5-1 for the season. The Royals face off in a double feature next weekend against Gustavus Adolphus at the Bethel University Arena on Friday, and at the Lund Arena in St. Peter, Minnesota on Saturday.
The cross-country teams also competed at regionals in Colfax, Wisconsin over the weekend. The women's team took 10th place with 298 points and were led by their senior captain, Grace Cole, who finished in 38th place with a time of 23:06. The men took 16th place with 461 points, and their senior captain, Ike Mendel, was the first Bethel runner to finish in 50th place with a time of 25:49. Now that they're wrapping up their fall season, many of the athletes will move on to track and field.
A heart of servitude. That's what Royals quarterback Jaron Rosti was recently honored for with a spot on the 2021 All-State AFCA Good Works team. Nathaniel Hansen has more.
Jaron Rosti is always looking for opportunities to serve.
If you buy in and you do it with a happy heart, you're going to receive so much joy, and you're going to get just as much out of it as you do putting into it.
He's a graduate student and quarterback for the Bethel Royals. Jaron has been playing football ever since kindergarten, and he knew back then that he was going to play quarterback.
I want to be the one throwing it around, making decisions, giving the ball to other people, putting them in awesome positions to succeed.
His love for Bethel extends beyond the football field. He was attracted to the school's commitment to growing relationships with the Lord.
And then obviously the football piece. It's not just about football for this program, it's about life.
Having a grateful heart and a servant's heart is the foundation of what we're about.
Offensive coordinator A.J. Parnell has coached at Bethel for 5 seasons and is astounded by Jaron's character.
The piece that Jaron brings that I love is he can be serious.
All right, study hard.
Okay.
Okay.
And fun.
Are you famous?
No.
And he can have balance in those two things. And he cares about the people he's around.
Jaron has been selected to the AFCA All-State Good Works team, which honors players for their commitment to service work. The purpose of the award is to recognize student athletes who achieve on the field and serve in their communities. Jaron is the 9th player in a row at Bethel to receive this award. He is one of 22 young men across all 3 NCAA divisions to be recognized this year. While Jaron is grateful for the award, it is not the reason he does his service work.
It's definitely a really cool award, but I'll continue to do good works with or without it.
Jaron is well known in the Bethel community for his service work, particularly with mentoring students in the BUILD program. Catch him as the Royals face off against Central University in the NCAA Division III playoffs this weekend. That's it for tonight. Thanks for joining us on the Royal Sports Report.